Right, I'm back live again. I was just had to watch what I was doing because I'm not really parked in an area that's, I don't want to film too much here. Just again, once again, for anybody that's watching this, it's just an experimental video. I haven't done lives before, and just try to get familiar with it. No, and just not really. I don't like holding the camera like this. I don't like it at all. So I don't quite know how to get the thing to go in landscape mode. I prefer doing it that way. I hate filming like this, but when I turn the camera around that way, it's showing everything on its side, and that must be really annoying, and I don't like that. So again, and just having a muck around on my phone on the settings, it's live. I just really didn't have time to. Hello, whoever's joined me. So I'm going to have to say that every time. I should have maybe put on the thumbnail, this is an experimental video. And just doing a live, I've never done lives before. And then just try to get the hang of the settings. So you're probably laughing and no surprised. It's the first time I've ever done a live. So I'm just having a wee mess about on my phone. So just sitting, passing the time. But I'm not really in an area where I could, well, there's not much to see, but I could show you. I'll try and rotate this now. There's lorries and everything. I don't really want to be showing what's going on here. I'm trying to rotate it right. So I'm not showing their numbers because this is just experimental, this video. Trying to get familiar with the live. This is really the second time I've done it. What's that blue mini? Hello, hi. I don't know if you want to be named because I could see who's the name that's came up. So I'll just say hello. I don't really want to just name whoever's on there in case you don't wish to be named. But yeah, as I say, it's experimental. I should maybe have a sign behind me saying that this is just an experimental video because, as I say, I'm just sitting in the back of my car and just messing about on my phone. I just done a video on the one the elephant, there's another one that's viewed me. So I don't know I didn't come up with who's viewing it, but hi anyway. As I say, I should have maybe have a sign or something. I maybe should have put on the thumbnail, this is an experimental video because, as I say, I'm trying to get familiar with lives. And I looked at all the stuff and, all the settings, and I just said, I'm not reading all that. I'm just going to go straight in and just go in the deep end and just have a muck around because I could edit it. I could stop it at any time, I hope. I had to stop it there on my other live because there was a van and I didn't want to show the number plate. So I'm getting some of this. It's hello. Yeah. Hi. This is to say, this video will just be bizarre to you. It won't really make a lot of sense to you, but I'm just experimenting with my phone and trying to do lives. Maybe I should have had writing or some sort of like. No, I think I've watched lives and there is a chat thing where you could send chat. So I'm just going to have a wee muck about and see if I could. So it's got some messages such as all messages are visible. No one hide all chat messages. All messages are visible. Yeah, that's fine. So and just sort of, I don't know what happens if I press this. What's going to happen there? Right. Okay. And what happens if I hit that? Save, highlight, share, mute microphone. Okay. Right. Well, I'm not doing that just now. Best way to the best way to learn is just to get jump in the deep end, and that's what I'm doing. But it feels really bizarre because normally my videos are recorded first, then I check them thoroughly to make sure I'm not showing anything that's not wanting to be publicised that I don't want to publicise. So at the moment I'm just sitting in the car. There's not really much to see, but there are things that I don't particularly, I'm respecting the privacy of the lorries and that are parked there because, as I say, this is live, but if this was a recording I could edit and stuff out. Well, hello, hi for everybody that's watching. If you're subscribed to my channel and you're a regular viewer of my channel, I really thank you for viewing my channel and joining in on watching me make a complete arse of it. That's probably what I'm doing. I don't know what it's like on your side. Like, I'll tell you that I don't like holding the cam like that. So I don't know if you could tell me in the chats how to do a live on the landscape. I don't like filming in portrait. It just annoys me. I don't like it. I prefer the full screen. It just bugs me. But when I turn the camera, this will be annoying to you. If I turn it like that, rotate device. No, it's got a padlock. That'll be annoying because it looks like I'll be on the side because all the rest of the stuff's on side except them. So if I hit that padlock, rotate device, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. I have to go into the settings and have a wee mess around with that. I've just jumped in the deep end, just basically saving time. What happens when I hit that? It goes closer. That's the forward view. You're probably bored already and just left. I wouldn't blame you, like, but so we go back. Right, so that's just back there. No, something flashed up on the right there. Let's see what's happening in the live chats. As I say, this video will be really boring for you because I'm not really showing you anything, but I'm just showing you the me mucking about on my phone, trying to figure out, trying to get familiar with lives. You've got to start somewhere, haven't you? All messages are visible. I've never even took the time to read the stuff. I've just kind of like just dived in and I just didn't have the time. I just got me arsed. I just said, come on, I'm just going to press record and see what happens. What could go wrong? Yeah, I could just make an arse with it. So what? I just switch off the thing. Right. So I'd like to thank all my subscribers if you see this. I don't know if I'll keep this up or not, like, but it's just experimental in these things. Editing. Damn it. Like, what I've done is I hit the buttons here. I'll just see what happens again when I do that. Right, so it seems to do that, right. And a slow learner. Right, welcome to live chat, remember. Right, so learn more, obviously. Don't put yourself... Oh, yep, yeah. Right, see, I try to figure out if I can move these... Right. So like I say, this will be really boring for you because when I saw the amount of stuff to read, you know, about coming in live, I just said, oh, come on, I'll be here all night. I'll just press a button record and just take it from there. And just the best way is just to get on with it, you know, just jump in at the deep end. And well, it's not really, but in this instance it is. I mean, not in all instances, but on this I could just press stop at any time, like. So at least I've got the control over that. Oh, it's a mess, by the way. But I was at I had somewhere to be earlier, so I'm having a look round. So I could get rid of them. So like I say, this will be really boring for you. I'll just try to get that. It's really annoying because I hate filming like that. That's really, really annoying. I hate filming like that. But I'm hoping to see that. Does anybody know how to film in a landscape? You know, like that, and do it live at the same time, because I bet when you watch this will be really annoying for you because it'll be on the side. But when I do it that way, it'll be half, you know, the letterbox kind of. I don't like that. But I do know that there's a way that you could film live with landscape because I've saw it before. Once I get the hang of this, I'll start using it more often, like. But yeah, hello to everybody that's joined. 10 minutes of messing about. There's these three buttons down there. Mute microphone, save highlight. I don't know what that means. Probably, save highlight. So if I'm going to just press this, see what happens. Highlight save to your channel as unlisted. Right, so that'll just be. Would you not have to change it in the settings on YouTube? Yeah, maybe. I get impatient sometimes. I just haven't had the time. And it's the wrong way to do it. I know I should read it first, but you know, what's the worst that could happen? I could just, all I would do is just switch it off. So it's not showing anything confidential. So I should really spend more time just read the blooming thing. But it's just like, oh, come on, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to do it that way. But yeah, there's probably something in the settings. But if somebody could tell me if you could do it whilst and on the live, because when I hit that one, it zooms into me first, and hit it again, then I get the forward camera, or at least it did on the, yeah, it's doing it now. So, as I say, I can't really go about filming stuff here because there's a lot of stuff, you know, trucks and that are just having their rest and they don't want to be filmed. So, I'm sure they'll be just wanting. Oh, it looks terrifying, does it? He's coming up there at some luck, but I hope it parked and yeah. I like Big Lorry, so I kind of chose an area where there's, you know, a place that I like. I'll try and get this parked around facing me again because that's back to me. Now, there's a lot of writing on here, so I don't know what you could see, but how the heck do you get rid of that? You've got to be... Oh, what? That's really annoying. I'll get to... That was so annoying. I was trying to get rid of this and it goes and zooms in on my face, does it? Aye. What a pain in the... So like that. No filter. Oh, actually there's filters. I'm just going to try an experiment. I don't know what that's doing, but it looks like it's messing about with the contrast. There's a lot of filters at the bottom here. I never knew you could do that, but oh, get lost and get that off. No danger. That is just no happening. Like, get day. Right, let's go back on no filter. So I can not touch those. That is annoying. But the things that are on the screen, because it's in portrait, I could see the chats. Now that's just kind of faded off. Oh. Right, so the chart's faded off because it was filling up the screen there. So if I wanted to see, if you were to tell me how to, do I have to end the live and then go to the settings to get it filmed in landscape, or could you change the setting while it's being, you know, while I'm doing a live? Could I change it to landscape? I know how to change the forward camera, like, it goes to me first, then it goes to that. Then I could show you nothing really exciting at the moment because, as I say, I've not really doing a video. I'm not even prepared. I was just sitting having a coffee and I was messing about on the phone and I just said, right, I'm just going to do a live. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Oh, hello. Hi. I just don't know if I wanted to name you, but I know I could see who it's watching, but hello for just joining me there. Hello. I've got another watching as well. Hello to all of you that have just joined. But yeah, just if you've just joined, you'll be wondering what the heck's going on. I don't blame you. No, it isn't. Just experimenting with a live. I was saying earlier, I should have a sign or something saying this is an experimental video. It's the first time I've done a live. First time really that I've done a live. I've done one about 10-15 minutes ago, but a van was wanting past and I didn't want to show the number or anything like that because this is live. Oh, hello, hi. I don't want to name anyone, but I'll just say hello to you because you might not want to be named on it. As I said, it's the first time I've ever done a live. I feel like I'm repeating this because when I see someone else viewing it, you'll be like saying, what's going on? So, as I said, I should have maybe had a thumbnail saying that this is experimental and I've never done lives before, and this is me just making an arse of it probably. As I was saying, I should have just had a sign saying, by the way, this is a live, so I don't have to keep saying that this is an experimental live video. But yeah, and just a bit peed because I'm a bit pissed off. I don't know how to get this. I like to film my videos in a... Oh, you look very smart there. The tie sheet. Well, I was at... I had somewhere to go. I needed to wear a suit for where I was earlier, so and after that event I had time I needed to get fresh air, and I'd done a video regarding the Bargarthno Standing Stones and the Bargarthno football pitch. Kim, you probably won't hear me because the way I'm holding this phone, I'm probably covering the microphone. As I say, I don't like filming like this. I'd rather do my filming in a landscape, but I'm not sure how to do it. If anybody knows how you could do it while you're doing live, then that would be great, because if I break the live to go and reset it, then ensure it'll probably, I'll lose all where I left off. But just to show you where I am if you're just joined us. There's not much to see, but it does that annoying thing. So when I try and, that really annoys me because I've got to hit it again, then it eventually gives me the front view. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm sitting in the back, just chilling out in the back, I've always spent hours and hours behind the wheel. That's my job. I drive buses. So I said, come on, I'm going to sit in the back. I've got all this back seat in my car. It's a comfortable car. And I'm going to use it. Now, I hope I didn't show. I've got to be careful because this is live and I don't want to be showing anything confidential, because normally my videos are, as you know, are done recording. So try and get this back to me. So I know how to do that. So yeah, nothing really exciting. Just, well, it might be to you, just watching me make a blooming mess of it, because I probably have. I just come on, I was just sitting there, I'm just going to do a live. The only way to get a feel for it is to do it. So I just happen to be, I was just sitting pissing about on the phone. I said, I've seen lives before and they're quite good because you can interact with the viewers, with the comments, the chat basically. But I'm not quite sure how to go. Oh, right, so there we go. I'm looking. Right, got to start somewhere. You're looking smart. I'm sorry, but I must leave just now. Hope you, yeah, of course, absolutely. Oh, no, what's happened now? Oh, no. Oh, I thought I'd lost, because I probably done something. What? How do you get back to that now? Oh, what? What's going on now? Until I get the... right. It'd be good if I could do that. I'm sorry, but I must leave just now. You'll leave this recorded video up later, yeah? Live geocache, just thinking out loud. That's a good idea. Yeah. You know what? You should probably know who you are, eh? If you're watching this and you've got the chat on, now how do you get rid of that? Because the whole screen is filled and I can't see anything. So let's just try something. I'll try zooming out. So it doesn't make any difference. So what I'm trying to do now is figure out how to get these off while I'm filming, but it doesn't seem to be. Right. So what? Right. New pin chat. You can now pin a message to the top of your list of viewers. Got it. Okay. I'm not a very patient person. I really am. I just sort of, I kind of like, I should just think things through properly, but I'm just messing about on this. That's always been my thing. Yeah, I've always had sometimes I could be patient, other times I can't. No, that's bugging me because the whole screen is filled with chat. Now I've got to try and get to grips as to how to get rid of that. So I say this will be really boring for you, and so no, it's fading out now. Right. Right. It's just like learning, I'm just learning. No, thanks. Good you are joined in, watching me make a complete arse of it. I'm sure that'll probably be entertaining because it feels that way to me. I'm sitting here just making as I say, it's the first time I've ever done a live. I've done lives on, not often, about a handful of times on Facebook, but there's only a fraction of the number of people on Facebook. But there's not many watching it now, but if I leave this up, then you'll probably just have a good laugh at it later. My first live. I'm not good at it, and a slow learner, and it'll probably take ages, but no, and I'm going to have to do better than this because this will be boring the tears off you. Because I haven't even prepared. I've just said, come on, I'm just going to. So I'm sitting in the car and there's nothing to show. I can't really show you much here because when I do a video, I've got to be careful where I'm filming. I can't just film, I'll just show you this and show you that, especially when it's live. If I'm doing a video, I could edit it out. But there's lorries and it's an industrial estate, and it's a nice peaceful place. I come here to chill out, and if you know me, you've probably heard me mention before, I like lorries and buses, and there's lots of them here, and I sort of just chill out after my long shifts and that. But if I could get another thing about a live as well, is we're in Park now. There's a mast. Just I could maybe show you that. Not there's really much to show, but I'll show you anyway. Unfortunately, I've got to go past that. Come on, what's going on your blooming thing there? I can't really zoom in because I'll be showing the number of that lorry, and I'm not doing that because He'll just be there minding his business, having his rest, and he doesn't want to be lived up on YouTube. So, but you can see the mast behind it and above it. So I'm getting a good signal here. So I was going to do it again, is it? There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to get a good signal. But the thing with lives is if I go out in the countryside and start showing you nice scenery during the live, the signal's probably going to start fragmenting and all this kind of nonsense, and I hate that. I don't like filming like this. It really, really bugs me. I'm going to have to figure out how to do it in a landscape. I hate these blooming portrait things. I very, very seldom use it for anything like, you know, unless I'm picturing a mast or something tall. But then when I put it in my, normally they put a slideshow in my videos, I have to get it to, I put it in as an overlay. I put a background on first and put it in as an overlay so I could get the whole thing in. So it always looks smaller, but you get the borders on each side. You might hear that, that's the seagulls, by the way. You see that? Right, you'll probably hear a lot of seagulls because right there is a recycling bit and there's food, scraps and stuff like that that'll be there. So you'll hear, I'm sure you'll hear these seagulls in the background, in case you're wondering now. So, but yeah, unfortunately, if I was to do a live somewhere out in a very scenic area, sightseeing the countryside and that, the signal is going to be dodgy, sketchy, and then you'll get a crappy picture, and that's the only thing. So the lives are handier because I know that there's a channel I watch, well, there's a few, but one of them in particular is very interesting. It's the about the subject. Well, no, yeah, well, maybe, no, I won't mention it now. You probably know, but not now. But there is a channel that I watch that does lives, but it's usually in a static area. So for doing driving and stuff like that, because I like showing scenery while I'm driving. When I put the camera up on the windscreen holder, I could do lots of things. I could have the camera inside the car while I'm explaining what I'm doing, etc. I could then also show the route that I'm driving. So you're getting two things, and being in the car driving distance, I could cover a lot of distance. So I'm doing a lot when I'm driving and filming. I could show you a lot of stuff, scenery. I could tell you stuff at the same time. That's why I've got an in-car series on my channel. But if I was to do it live and drive, the problem with that is the signal is an issue. At the moment, with this 5G coming out, 4G and 5G mass everywhere, which is, depending on your point of view, could be a good, it could be controversial. I mean, it depends on how you think of it. I'm not saying nothing about it in this video. I've got my views about the what we've been told. The research about 5G, I mean, and the mass, I've researched into, I've heard all sorts of views regarding it. There is a general trend from what I've heard about it, but I'm not discussing it on here. But it's up to, but 5G, if they're everywhere, then you would think then that the signal would be, well, that would be the plus thing, wouldn't it? I mean, you get a strong signal, but you've got to think of other factors that may be a result of that. I'm not discussing it on here anyway, but all I could say is I've heard quite a bit about it. Interesting stuff I find about the 5G and the transmitters and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's got selling points, but there's other things to be considered as well. I mean, a lot of questions I've got. I mean, physics was my favourite subject at school. I'm interested in it, and I like to know about the scientific things. Oh, excuse me. That's the other thing, by the way, when I'm doing it live. Call nature, and on a video I just pause it. But as I'm doing it live, it's cameras on me all the time. But I would love to be able to show you more. You see, I'm just looking at, there's not much to show you, but I like the big lorries and that. I'll show you the distance. I'm not going to zoom in onto the plate, but it's the big trucks. So it's just sitting in a truck. Bus spotter really, but I like trucks as well. And it's the day's actually, the weather's quite nice, there's a nice sunset. But I've got, as I say, I've got to be careful because there's a lot of businesses about here now, and it's not like the video where I could just edit stuff out, you know. Because sometimes if I've filmed something, if I'm just walking about the street and then filming something and they say, "Oh, I don't want that in my video," I could easily just edit it. But if I'm doing a live, you know, I've got to be doing a live. You've got to be really careful, like there's no rewind button on the live again. I don't even know how long. Yeah. So yeah, for those that have. I mean, I don't know if you even leave it up or not. I don't know what. Come on, I didn't even bother. I'll just leave it up. That's how it is. There's no point in hiding it. You know what I mean? I make an arse of it. And so what? That's how I went and just showing you what it's like. You know, it's a big deal. It's just a video, is it? What's the worst that could happen? Well, apart from filming anything that I shouldn't, then obviously I would just have to stop. There's an emergency escape. I could just hit that. And you know, I've got to treat. I like to when I do videos. I always try my best to respect the privacy of others. I do, because I wouldn't like it if the tables were turned and I wouldn't. You know, I like my privacy being respected. So therefore, I do my best to do the same. But yeah, there's lots of things that I'd like to show you. You know, places that I like going to places, and I'm only sitting at a very. I mean, I think I always thought that you had to get over 1,000 subscribers before you could do a live. I haven't got anything like that yet. I'd like to, but only that I like sharing my stuff on my channel to those that would like to see it, and that's really all my channel's about. And doing a live actually saves me a lot of time as well, because I could cover a lot of. I could tell you. So when I do an in-car series, when I'm doing the driving, which is what you know. I'm just sitting in the back, as I said earlier, to get out the driving seat for a change while I'm chilling it. I could actually tell you about things whilst I'm driving. I like driving, you know. I just get really annoyed with this camera because I can't show you the width of it. But this is really nervous, by the way, because I know that this is live and there's no rewind. So if I overtly say anything, there's no rewind. But it's different if you're standing on a stage or something, because I'm not in any control whatsoever. But with a camera I've had in my hand, I could just hit stop any time. So in that respect, it's handy. Does anybody know anyway? I haven't looked at the chats. Does anybody know how to get this to go to landscape whilst doing a live? And try my best to see if I can bring the chats up again. Oh, right. Oh, I've just live geocaching. I'm not sure if there's anything else. There's not really much to. Yeah. The geocaching, I'll mention a bit about that, seeing it was brought up on here. If I could get rid of these blooming. Bet it comes up again. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, geocaching. That wasn't my idea. You know what? It was only just a few weeks ago that I heard about geocaching. But my mate, I can name him because he's got his YouTube. See, that's the thing. Somebody's, you know, I've got to keep this down low because they'll be wondering what the heck it is. My mate is Struan Jennings. He came up with the idea well, that's where I heard. He didn't. I don't know. I'll rephrase that. I don't think he came up with the idea of it, but that's when I first heard of it. Come on, and just in a bit. You know, he'll be wondering what the heck. I'll just make it look like you're on a call, because I am, I suppose. Yeah. That's the thing with a video, I could just pause it. No, I just started. Sorry, I shouldn't have. Because it's inconveniencing you if I start doing that because it's wasting your time. No, where was it? Yeah, geocaching. It's basically. I heard about it for the first time from Struan Jennings' YouTube. You get an app downloaded on your phone, and it gives you directions. Direction codes, bearings and that, where you could go to find small objects. Now you get clues and things like that, and from the clues you could then use them to find the object. And once you find the objects, it's usually the small cylinder, a small container, like what's that word? What the hell what would you describe that? It's like a small, you know when you used to get the films for the cameras, they came in, the 35mm camera, it came in a round cylindrical tub. Well, it was like a very small version of that, and inside there, spooled inside there, is the like a bit of paper or something, and you could write your name and the date that you found it, and then you just put it back, and then you log it in on your app. I don't have the app, by the way, but Struan Jennings does have the app, and he's got a few geocaching videos up on his channel. I've only just started. He's done it longer than me. Like, I never heard of it until just a couple of months ago, if even that. But it's global, apparently. You just get these objects. You've got to register with the geocaching app, and you could leave small objects. Things like, as I say, small cylinder containers, tiny, about this size. You would, for example, you could maybe put it under behind a sign or something, within reach. But it's got to be put in places where it's safe. You can't put them on the roadside, where you're standing in traffic. You can't do that. Oh, I hear thousands of. Yeah, there's thousands of them across Scotland. Yeah, yeah, thousands. Listen, God, I've got to remember this is live. I can't just do what I'd normally do. Blow my nose in it. I should have a wee mirror, but yeah, I just jumped in the deep end. I'd probably look a mess. I'd probably like blooming snotter or something. You know what I mean? I've never done lives, so I've got to be careful and actually just check and make sure there isn't a snotter hanging at the nose. Oh, never mind. I'm no, I'm not going to waste your time carrying on like an idiot. I'll try my best to behave myself. I love if you just join me. If you've seen my videos before and you wonder what's going on, as you say, I don't want to keep saying it all the time, but I should have a big note saying this is only an experimental videos. Thanks. It feels like I'm making an arse of it, but it really does. But I'm sitting here just saying, come on, what's the worst that could go wrong? I just press the stop button. No, I don't want to waste your time blathering, annoying you like that. I don't want to sit and just waste it. Where was it? Yeah, geocaching, and try to make it as efficient, mate. I've only just started doing geocaching. The thing when there's another thing that me, Struan, and my other mate do as well, if you don't already know, is the point-to-point challenges. Point-to-point is basically, in a nutshell, there's me, there's Struan Jennings, and my other pal, Kean. He's awaiting another car. But all three of us have had our cars. I've still got mine, Struan's got his. And the point of the object of the point-to-point videos, exercises, is to get from a starting point where we discuss, like for example, the Law Hill in Dundee. Now I said Law Hill, I shouldn't have said that. It's actually called the Dundee Law, because law means hill in the old Dundee language. But to get from a starting point to a finishing point, and it could either be a direct one, or it could be indirect by going via checkpoints. And each of us go our own routes. We don't just follow each other, we each set off at the same time, and we take different routes. So Struan Jennings, for example, he's not familiar with Dundee. You see, I am, because I've lived in Dundee all my life, so I'm very familiar with Dundee, and so is Kean, but Kean's half my age. And I've been driving longer than Kean's been alive, so I know the roads well, and Kean has only not long been driving. So obviously I've got the advantage because of that. And because of that, we're thinking of doing it on an even keel, going to a place where none of us are familiar with. A city like, I've been like Glasgow, for example. I've been to Glasgow loads of times, but I don't know all the back roads, all the streets. I hardly know them at all, because Glasgow's a huge place. And I was frightened in case that phone will probably end up dropping or something. My arm's getting sore. I'm going to have to get a proper holder. But we're thinking of doing it on an even keel where we've all got the so it's fair, because like I say, I'm from Dundee, so I know Dundee well, but don't ask me the name of a street, because I won't know it. I'll be like, what's that street called again? So I have to look on the map and say, right, that's where we're going. So I know the routes to get there. And as I said, anyway, the point to point is to get to see who gets there first without speeding or breaking the, like driving on the wrong one-way roads or anything like that to save time. No, it's not about that at all. It's only fun. It's only for entertainment. That's all it is. So there isn't any speeding involved in any of our point-to-point challenges. It's just simply for fun and entertainment. And each of us are supposed to record our journeys, prove that we've been to the checkpoints, like do a selfie, photograph the checkpoints along the route. The checkpoints being like places, so for example, Dundee Law to Carnoustie, we would, instead of just going from Dundee Law to Carnoustie doing our own routes, we'd take our own route. Yeah, our own separate routes. And along the route we'll maybe stop off at, when we have 3 checkpoints and we do them in a different order, and we've got to selfie it when we're there. Selfie us with the checkpoint in the background to prove that we're there. And then go to the finishing point and see who gets there. See who gets there last. Me. I will send that on I won't spoil it, but on the other one. I've done the video for it, by the way, and just waiting on Struan putting his up first, because he does his edition. And once he puts his video up of the point-to-point challenge, then I'll put mine up. You may have already saw my trailer. I done a trailer on point-to-point, the Perth to Dundee challenge. A short trailer video. No, the short trailer video is only there just to give you an idea of the what's coming up like, and that's really what the trailer video is about. So, but that took longer than compiling the main video, because the feature length video just joined up the clips together to make the big long video, so you get the full understanding of what's going on, the start to finish, all the things that went on. I captured it on the feature length video, but the trailer preview is only there just to give you an idea as to what is coming up. And I didn't give away too much on it, but just gives you an idea what's what to expect. So, right, I don't know if there's anything else in the charts. I mean, I'm just having looked through them. The thing, charts hidden, you see, and probably charts hidden. I'll just get rid of that now. I didn't want to do that. So on chart, I've hit charts hidden. Oh, live charts are visible. Right, here we go. Yeah, there's a lot of charts. Well, there's not there, but there's a few. But no, I'll try and get out of that now. Right. You see, that's the thing. Probably beginner's luck. So far, I've been able to somehow. Oh, come on! What are the charts? I mean, not the charts. Try and get rid of it off the screen. Sorry, I don't mean get rid of the charts like that. I mean, just get it off my screen so I could see what's going on. And just try to get a feel for the live. But obviously I was careful. I wouldn't just go live recklessly. Not that reckless. I had to make sure it was, in an area I was alright, to do a live. I wouldn't just do a live anywhere. I'd have to be careful, but I can't really go up and show you much. I would love to, but there isn't really much to. There's nothing really here, as I say. It's just an experimental video. I still don't know how to get rid of this. This will annoy you, by the way. I'm just going to turn this around. This is how I'd like to do my videoing, like that. And see, that'll really sound ridiculous now. And looking at my screen, I get the whole screen and get the landscape, but for you, it'll probably just be me on my side. So just retract what I said there, because for you, I just realised that when I said that, on your screen, it'll look like I'm on my side and saying I'd like to do my videos like that. No, you won't know what I mean, because I could see what I'm filming. I hate doing it in portrait. I don't hate it, I just get frustrated because I don't want the bloody portrait, I want the landscape, you know what I mean? And I haven't quite figured out how to do that. And I have seen videos live in landscape, and I want to do that. I've seen portrait lives before, and you get the border on that side and the border on that side. No, I don't want that. I want the full screen done. Oh, I've got 6 viewing, but I don't know why I make this video too long, but if you've just joined, then as I say, this is just an experimental video. It's the first time we've done a live, and as I said, instead of me constantly having to say that, I should have a notice saying that this is an experimental video. So don't be alarmed. You'll be maybe wondering what the heck's going on, and I don't blame you, because it's not the normal videos. I normally record them first, check them, edit what I don't want to be in it, then save it and then post it online. But the beauty with the live is it just saves me a lot of time. I'm still going to be doing loads of videos, by the way. Don't think that I'm not, because I've got loads saved and I'm continuing. I'm just experimenting with live so that I could say I've at least tried it. And it's got its advantages. I suppose I could get direct, because like earlier on the day I was I done a live on Facebook, and I was showing I hardly do lives. It's probably in all the social media. I wonder if Still Game makes another great guest appearance. Yeah. Gosh. You know what? I just had a thought when I read that. You probably have to end the stream and start it again in portrait mode. Yeah, portrait modes. I don't like portrait mode. I like landscape mode. But when I saw something about Winston, I remember an episode of Still Game. See, and this is good because I could actually interact a bit as well, because when I'm doing a video I can't, obviously, but with this I could. I never even thought about Winston until I saw that. But I just realised when you thought that, Winston, this is maybe what you're thinking of. That episode where he's got the big, see, I've got to go through this mode to get it back. Where he's making the telly. The title of that episode. You know this, I've got the box set, I know the episodes very well, but he's building a big telly. And Tam says, all that telly building or something's give you a big head. And you're thinking big head, because when I press that there, right, annoyingly it zooms in on me. So I'm going into the forward, right, there's a forward. That's what I was trying to do. But in order to get that, I've got to go through the cycle. So first of all, I'm doing this, right? So if I was want to show you a forward view, I've got to do this. And it zooms into me, gives me that big head, fills the whole screen up. Is that maybe what you're thinking of doing? Then I hit it again, then I get the forward view, and then to get it back, I've got to hit that. So it goes through. That's maybe, give me that there's maybe to. So if there was something there I didn't want shown, without putting I'm not doing that, but then that's maybe useful. So if there's something there and I just don't want it seen, then I could hit that, and then I could show you the forward. And then that's just the back of the seat, and then it goes back again to there. So there's filters as well. I don't know if you've seen the filters. You probably have, haven't you? There's no filter, but some of these filters just what it does is it makes it look, puts effects. This one was just ridiculous. Get that off. When I was in black and white. What else is there wrong here? Yeah, that's quite smart. That's like a 1970s static film at the cinema. This is going to be crazy. Get it off. Right. That's better. Well, that's acceptable. That's quite smart, actually. What's that? I don't know what that means. I'm not quite sure. You see, I've had my other phone, I don't know. I might leave it like that for a bit. That's 8mm. I knew it was like an old film. So I wonder what happens when I do this. Will you be doing any more videos down south? Yeah, I hope to. I'll tell you what, I'll get back to that. Yeah, hang on, I'll get back to proper screen, because I was just messing about. Yeah, videos down south. Yeah, I would love to. I'm hoping to. Yeah, you might know my occupation. I drive the buses, so that costs a lot of money to go down south, and I don't have much money, but I've got to save up. I need to get time off work. My holidays, my long weekends and that. But sometimes, because I work 4-day week duties. Well, basically, when I started on the buses 15 years ago, driving them, I was on regular shifts, 5-day week, regular shifts, right up until 2 years ago, because the bus company I worked for was bought over by another company. Then they changed the hours and shifts patterns, and I didn't like they gave us options to choose the shifts, and just try to get rid of this thing, by the way. Hang on, in case you're, and oh God, sorry, I know I'm interrupting you, sorry. Where was it? Yeah, going down south. Yeah, I've got to get, well, where was it? Yeah, I'm in 4-day week duties because I had options to do that. So they're long. It's basically, I work the same hours, 40 hours, right? But I used to do regular shifts. Yeah, it's not cheap to travel these. No, it's not cheap. Price of petrol's ridiculous. But diesel's even dearer. Although saying that, petrol, see, this is what they do. They put the price of petrol way up. Then everybody thinks it's crazily ridiculous, which it was. It's crazy. But then instead of going right back to what it was before, then it set levels a wee bit higher, you know. Before I went to scandalous prices, I was sitting about 130 odd a litre. But funny enough, or oddly enough, back in 2008, the same year I started on the buses, it was up to 150 odd a litre. That was just crazy, but that was ridiculously dear. Then it went down. But yeah, the fuel's dear. And this car, it's a petrol. The miles per gallon's better on the motorway. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it is. The taxes and stuff. I don't understand the prices. I don't get it. Why? Why are the motorways charging more? Sorry for the interruption. Sorry, I just hit the button. I hope you're still there. Sorry, folk. I didn't mean that. I was trying to get this. What's going on? Sorry, I was doing well there until I'm just trying to get rid of the charts. Not the get rid of the charts. That's it. It's just so I could get the screen. Sorry, folks. Sorry. I don't like wasting your time because you're on live, and yeah. Anyway, I'll just have to live with it for an hour because I'm not taking up any more of your. I'll just have to. Yeah, the price of petrol is just ridiculous. Blooming heck. Sorry, I'm just trying to get these. I had the hang of it too, and just try to get the screen clear so I can see what I'm filming, but all the charts are. Maybe if I try it that way, I don't know. Who cares? Yeah, I'm going to be going down south again, but I work the same number of hours, but it's compressed into 4 days. So when it comes to my rest days, I'm absolutely zonked, like totally exhausted, and I've got to catch up. And see, on my regular shifts, when I was doing 5-day week, I was able to do stuff sometimes before the shift and after the shift. But when I'm doing 4-day week duties, I could do next to nothing before it and next to nothing after it. It's just like, oh, getting lost. Sorry, not use folk. No, I'm just cursing this thing and trying to do this at the same time. Maybe that'll help. Sorry for being a pest doing that. I'm just trying to get rid of these. I'm new to this. Okay, so I hate getting interrupted like that. I'll come on again, I'll guarantee it. Oh, there we go. This will be like a blooming comedy. This will be like a blooming carry-on show, this caper. I'm right in the middle of explaining them. I was doing well. It was my own fault because I was messing about with the filters. And now the filters are at the bottom. And I'm trying to get them off, but... God almighty. Maybe it just takes time or not, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, definitely be going down south again. When I do, I've got ideas to go to Wales this time. I know. Hello, yeah, hi. You're yeah. I just saying hello because I know who's just joined me, but I'm not sure if I want to name those because you might not want to be named. You know, I say hello, but I'd like to. I know because you're a regular. Good mate, thoroughly enjoyed that video. Yeah, yeah. Hello, hi. I think you might be able to see. Oh right, aye. Braveheart 576. Yeah, in case you're wondering what the heck's going on, this is my first time I've done a live. The first time I've ever done a live on YouTube. And then probably just making an arse for it, like, but have a good laugh at it because I just jumped into the deep end. And like I say, for all those that are coming in watching, I should just have a sign saying this is an experimental video. Yeah. Thanks. No, it's just, as I say, it's just for It's just experimental. That is a boring video because I'd like to show you more scenery. This is all I could show you with the phone. And that I could manage to, and reading at the same time. Yeah, I thought you're doing great, mate. Oh, thank you. I'm not. I haven't really I'm not prepared. I haven't come to any area. I should have maybe chose a nice spot, an area. But I was like I said earlier, much earlier in the video, if I go places where there's nice scenery, normally I film them on my camera, video, record it. But if I go to these areas out in the countryside and mountains and that, the signals, if I try and do a live out there, it's just going to fragment. And, the signal's just going to break up and it'll just come out rubbish. You won't be able to appreciate the quality with a live. But like I said earlier, if you've just joined it, it'll probably be a letterbox thing. What will maybe better saying if you later on, if you just watch the start, then you'll get where I'm coming from rather than having to keep on saying every time I see another number. But thank you for hello for joining me, for joining in. I'll have a look at the charts anyway, just to see if there's anything else. It's this is really, it feels really odd. Yeah. Right, so there's got to be a knack to get rid of them. Alright, so I hit it 3 times, it fades out. I've still got the filters on there. I'm trying to get rid of. I'll not muck about where it's going to be getting. But yeah, definitely want to be going down to England. I want to go to Wales. I want to explore Wales. I've been to Wales before, years ago. Back in 2005, I drove down to Wales. God almighty! Oh, I know who's just joined me. How you doing? You'll believe it, I'm doing this. You won't, will you? First time I've done it, by the way, so you can have a good laugh at the start. No, it's just somebody I know very well. Wales is lovely country. Yeah, it is. Wales, when I was there back in 2005, I just feel a bit weird. I feel a bit strange because somebody's watching that I know very well. I feel really odd. Yeah, where was it? I'm not going to waste, I don't want to waste your time. You want it? Yeah, where was it? Yeah, Wales. It's a lovely place, Wales. I remember the roads were quite windy. I think it was don't try and get me to pronounce it. Oh, hello. How are you doing? I know who's just joined me. Chris spotted an Amy for my Yorkie's Butcher. How tall, massive sign on the side of the building. Never seen it before. Oh, right, and just looking at yeah. Oh well, I know what you're. Never seen it before. Apparently, it's been there since. You know what? See that Braveheart 576 Braveheart. Hello, hi. I just read that. What you put there, referring to the MA. Just earlier on there, I actually went across. Well, let's think. No, you probably would have known what I said about the Gathno standing stones. There's 2 people that I know very well that's lived there for, way back in the 80s and 70s, and they remember the stones being where they were, which is good because then that means that they have a vivid memory of it. They've even explained things that they used to do. So the reason why they remember it, and they remember it where it is now, which is good because then that means that they're 100% nearly 100% certain that it's where they are now, and I'm 100% certain that they were tucked in the corner, which means it's a Mandela effect. I say that it means a Mandela effect. Excuse me a minute. Yeah, as I say, I'm doing a live in an area where I haven't selected. I think he knows it. Oh, and it's just wondering what that is. This is a live, so it's taxi. Oh no, I might have to go if I've got to shift in the car. Sugar. Tell you what, I'll keep this going, right? I might have to move. If he asks me to move, I'm going to have to. I'll leave it on the live. He's probably wondering. This always happens, sort of. No, he's probably alright. Yeah, he's going to get around, no bother. Good. Because I wasn't planning on doing a live. It's just one of these wee... Well, here. I don't know if I want to name you. Oh. No, I won't, because I've got to remember. You'll know this. The guy that's on here that I used to go to school with, right? I won't name you, but because I'm not very familiar with I'm not used to this, and respect the confidence and confidential. I don't want to just dive in, and I've got to be careful what I'm saying, but that's why I've got to say it like this, The guy that's on here that was at school, God, you'll know exactly where I am. The seats, right? 1990, the summer, 1990, the seats. Typical, somebody once passed. Well, typical somebody once passed. You got passed, okay, well, you know what I mean. The guy just put that, because the seats are just up there. You know what I mean by the seats. 1990 summer. Oh, that's where in part I just basically, after where we were earlier today, I went and done Standing Stones. I was speaking to Braveheart. Now, I hate getting so talk. Yeah, Braveheart. Emmy. The Standing Stones at the Bargathno Standing Stones have definitely moved. Also, the football pitch next to them. I saw them playing football there, because I drive the bus up and down South Road, the number 10, and that's the seats of Bra Place. Yes, it wasn't it. I was just applying. Yes, they used to play football recently next to these Standing Stones. Yeah, mate, I passed the Stones. Well, that football pitch apparently has not been used for years. However, it was only just a matter of weeks ago, months ago. There was cars parked on the sides, absolutely on the pavement. It was busy. Now, apparently, they haven't been there for 10 years. I put a post up on Facebook. I put it on the Dundee History page as well, wanting to I asked the questions if anybody could answer when it was last football was played on there last. And I had an answer of 10 years ago. Then I went into the Lynch Centre and actually asked them, because I was in there earlier on. I sent you the pictures, by the way. You'll know who he is, because somebody asked me, my mate one year, he was wanting pictures inside the Lynch Centre. So I went in there earlier, I got some pictures. I got permission, obviously, and I wouldn't be allowed to put it online, but I sent you them privately, so because I didn't get permission to put them online, but I've sent you them anyway, and it was great to get the memories back of that. So I went back in there again and spoke to the guy, asked the guy, I said to him, when was it the last time they played football at the pitch? I'd say about 8 or so years at least. Wow, 8 years! You're joking, because it was only months ago. That's the thing with the MA. Now, other people are watching this that might not have a clue what I'm referring to when I'm saying MA. MA, by the way, means, well, when I'm saying MA, it refers to, well, it's funny actually, because there's two ways you could do it. It's the Mandela effect, ME. Now, it's not an easy thing to describe. It's not an easy thing. I can't say what it is because I don't know what it is. But what I can say is I've experienced things I know that resemble what's referred to online as a Mandela effect. And I always say anybody that wants to know about the Mandela effect should really do their own research first into it, come to their own conclusion about it. Then, from that, they could then have a better understanding where I'm coming from when I mention Mandela effects. But there's definitely something odd. So it's really bizarre. Me is a favourite song. Has changed. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah, that's right. Well, you'll know what I mean exactly because you've experienced it. You know that the song that you mentioned, guy from Twilight Zone, remember being called Rod Sterling. Not Sterling. Yeah, Sterling. It was always Rod Sterling with the Sterling. Yeah, that's right. Sterling Fields Wrong. There's another one as well with. There's loads of them. I mean, I've got a list as long as this car with Mandela effects that I've experienced. When I say experience, I mean that I could relate to. I mean, there's so many. It's Sterling now. No, it was always Sterling. Yeah, it's Rod Sterling. Rod Sterling just sounds wrong. It sounds wrong. It doesn't seem right. There's a lot of things like the spelling of Volkswagen. I always use that one because it's an easy one that comes off the top of my head. The reason I say that is like if I was to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 100, you'd be like, there's so many to choose from. And it's like that with me with the Mandela effect. You know what? I've got to think, well, where did I start? There's so many. Because I always pick Volkswagen as the front one because it's so easy to to mention, or regarding that one, it's the spelling. Well, there's two things with the Volkswagen one. It's the badge. All the time, over time. Yeah, I know what you mean with that. And just sorry, I'm cross because all the time. Yeah, that's the song. Yeah, I was just answering the. I always remember Volkswagen. Yeah, that's right. It was Volkswagen, O-N at the end of it. Well, the Mandela effect. If you go and check now, for anybody that's on watching this that doesn't know what the Mandela effect is, for you, it might just be E-N at the end of Volkswagen. It was always Volkswagen, O-N, for me. Well, every time I see the word Volkswagen, you know, it's always got O-N. It was always O-N at the end of it. The last two letters was always O-N. But now it's E-N, and apparently it's always been E-N, you know. That's not how I remember it at all. Also, the Volkswagen badge as well has changed because between the V and the W, it was all joined. Now there's a gap between it. But there's loads of things, but I don't really want to. If you don't know what it's about, it's probably best you search it at first. There's loads of things. I mean, there's strange things in the sky. This is an example for odd things that are going on in the clouds as well. If we turn it around, you see these lines, right? I'm trying not to get the guys and try to watch. And that there, the colour scheme's odd, right? The sun's setting opposite, yet there's a red there. There's these lines as well. There's tons of stuff I've got. This is far from the best example, but there are loads and loads of stuff, odd things that are going on in the clouds with the sky as well. And you know, Mandela effect stuff. Anybody see the scary cloak figure at the coronation? Victor. Oh, the no, I didn't watch the. I wasn't really. No, I didn't really watch it. You know, the word itself, coronation. I better watch what I say. I can't. I'm not implying any. No, coronation, coronation. I just play me letters. Just disregard what I said. Coronation. Corona means crown. I heard that. You know, it's just a wordplay, basically. No, I never watched it. I wasn't really. You see, I think I always say that. Never watched it either, mate. Just follow the Co-Vectors channel. Waffle. Yeah, I might just do that. Yeah. It's there's a lot of. See, that's the thing. It's the amount of money. There's so much. I mean, well, I don't want to get into it, but see, I came out of Tesco's earlier on today, right? And I looked that way. There was a beggar. And then the other way I came out, there was another beggar, right, begging for money. You know, and how much money was spent on? Oh no, see what I mean? You know what I'm getting at, like, yeah. And really, I mean, no, forget it. I'm not getting into it. But I just don't. It makes me wonder, you know, that if money was put into different places, but no, I can't talk about it on here because I'm not getting into that. No, I've got my views on it, but no, because I don't really know what I don't want to upset. See, that's the thing. Everybody's got their own view on it, and I've got my view, and I'm not going to be, you know, going into that. But no, I have to look at that channel. Very far to go. Yeah, get the time, and just his coach is coming back. I bet he probably asked me what I'm doing or something. Now, he got out there, so he's probably. I'll just make it look like you're on a call or something and doing it live. But if he does ask me, I'll just put the phone down and I'll get in and shift the car. But yeah, it's typical, isn't it? One of epic rants. No, that's nothing compared to my rants. Now, you should hear me when I'm not online. I guarantee it, he's going to ask me what I'm doing. I know it. It's got to happen, is it? No, it's not. It's just all right. Good. No, it's all right. No, actually, it was no problem at all. No bother. Whenever rants. Yeah. Oh, you should hear what I'm like without, you know, when I've got nothing on and hate traffic jams. I hate sod's law. You ever notice if you're in a car park, right, and you just want to get peace and quiet, somebody parks 60, though, different world out there now from a few years ago. Everybody angry, no respect. Yeah, I could assure you. Like you're saying, I'm just new to this, so I'm trying to, and a bit of a, it takes me ages to get the hang of things, and just a different world out there now from a few years ago. Everybody angry, no respect, no scary. Yeah, everybody's in a hurry. It's like, you know this, right? See, time. Now, again, it'll sound, depends on how you open-minded you are, but I know that you are, others, I mean, it's time itself, right? I know they say that you get the older you get, the faster time goes, sort of thing. It doesn't, but it may feel faster, that proportion. Like, for example, if you're 10-year-old, right, a year will be 10% of your life. If you're 47-year-old going on 48, my age, then it's, why did I go and choose that? I can't do math. This I can, but let's just say you're 100, right? That'll be easier. So if you're 100-year-old, 1 year is 1% of your life, right? So if you're 10, you know what I mean? Time spent. How is that, mate? That time seems to. Oh, right. Well, it has definitely felt like it's sped up, because I've took that into account about age, the proportions, the older I get. I've took all that into consideration. But there was one time I was at a hotel. I was at Dalwhinnie. I was on a day trip. Took my mates up, and we're there for a day trip, and need to shoot off. Yeah, of course. Just thanks for joining anyway. Of course, just head off anytime you need to. Looking forward to the next video. Keep them. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I'll catch you later. Yeah, no worries. Just come and go anytime. Yeah. Yeah, it's good that you joined me. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think the batteries went and recollected. I don't know what happened there. I hope I'm still on. I don't know. Maybe my battery's going. I don't know. See, I don't know if I could even check my battery while I'm doing a live. Oh, I could. Yeah, it's 30%. This phone, by the way, the A12, the battery on it is absolutely brilliant. It is a brilliant battery. It really is. It's really good. It lasts for ages. What was I saying now? What was I on about? I forgot. Time. Yeah, I was at Dalwhinnie Hotel a few years back. Well, so it's 2019. I had this car. Or did I? Was it one before that? 2018, 2019. It wasn't overly long ago. And I was in my room. I was kind of like, I woke up before it was time for me to get up, before my alarm went off. And I couldn't get back to sleep again. And the clock, it was, I had the clock with the second hands that made the clicking sound. I brought that as a battery backup. For some reason, I just did on these holidays. In case the power went off or something happened to the alarm, I always bring out a battery backup. So the ticking sounded as though it was going faster. It did it, the clicking, because you used to be able to go 1 elephant, 2 elephant was a second, and I couldn't do that, and it still seems fast. I would go as far as to say that time's sped up by a factor of 2, at least 1.5 times. Now it sounds bizarre, I know it does, but I know what I was able to do before and what I could do now, and it's nothing like what I was able to do before. And I took into consideration about my age and all the rest of it. That's bizarre. I'm just looking at the time on there, 50, I can't be right. No, it's just that there's odd things happening on the screen there. But yeah, time's definitely... See, what is time? That's another thing. The concept of time. The past, present and future could all be one. It's a point of view from a standpoint. You look back at the past, but it's probably there. It could be there. No, I know where I want to. I just think of these things. I don't want to. But yeah, I've definitely found it going quicker. I know that. So, but anyway, it's just first time I've done live. I'm just looking at the clock on the top left. It's sort of like going back, because It said I was on for over an hour. Now it's saying 51 minutes. So I don't quite understand what's happening with that. Don't know what it's doing. I still haven't got rid of this filter bit on the bottom, but who cares? Who cares? It is what it is. I'm only just learning it and just having to be. Yeah, great first time live. Since I hit 40, it seems time has. But yeah, it has. I mean, I know what I was able to do before, and what I'm able to do now. Right, I think I'm going to have to go. But it's good of you all watching and joining. It's first time. You see, it's odd really, because the first time could be more of his lives when you have time, bud. Yeah. This is literally just a spur of the moment thing. I hadn't planned on doing a live. I was just sitting there chilling out and I was mucking about on the phone. And I just, come on, I'm going to do a live. I haven't prepared. That's typical of me. I just said, come on, just do a live. And I've done it. So I don't know. It is what it is, and that's it, really. And, you know, there's no point in you trying to, you know, spruce it up. But it is what it is. I'm not prepared. I'm not prepared. I just press live, and there you go. So, and in case you wonder what I'm doing, I try to get these. It's probably going to bugger about on the screen, like, you know. Bugger it. Anyway, I'm going to have to go, but I don't want to be. Right. Come on, what's going on, mate? No. Right, there we go. I thought I had it there too. Yeah, I'm going to just round off the video then. So, I remember how I switch it off. Can't even mind. I hate that. I've never. I'll probably play on and on. Probably have to pull the emergency button, push put the phone off or something. Yeah. You take care, Braveheart. Thank you for all joining in. It was good to. I was going to say it was good to speak, interact with you. It was probably. So I'm not phoning you and not speaking. It's an interaction, is it? So yeah, good. It was good to interact with you. I could do more lives. I'd like to do more lives, but I'd have to pick a place where the signal's good, etc. Okay, right, I'm going to have to go. Thanks for joining in, and you'll probably see me spending the next 5 minutes figuring out how to switch this live off. So have a good laugh. Right, it's probably going to go off anytime it feels like. I'm going to try this one. Does that put it off? Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yes. So if I press OK, it should just go off. Okay. I'll probably